Start that over. So Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquake in diverse places. And all these, the beginning of sorrows, then they shall deliver up. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of many nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. There are a lot of guys who are going to become cold for Yahweh Mashiach Yahushua, because the shit is getting rough. And that's why you have to pray that Spirit of the Lord stays on you. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Saved from what? Saved from the destruction that's going to come upon America. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. That's what's going on now. The men of the Lord are preaching this all over the world, from the beginning to the end. All the way from you got Israelites in Jamaica, we got Israelites in China, we got Israelites in Japan, we got Israelites in Italy, we got Israelites in so-called London. We got Israelites in London. We got Israelites in France. You got Israelites in the Caribbean islands. You got Israelites from New York all the way to LA, from Dallas all the way up to Chicago. You got Israelites up in Alaska. You got us all over the world. And the Edomites who travel, they're starting to see us, man. They're starting to inquire, man. Who are these guys? How can I take them down? Because that's how you Edomites think. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains, which the abomination of desolation, that's talking about 70 AD. Talking about 70 AD.
Woo! This is us, baby! St. Louis! Let's go! Oh, you're reading. Sorry, son.
I was surviving, man. St. Louis. Yeah, fuck St. Louis. Fuck St. Louis. St. Louis is the hellhole. America's a hellhole. Definitely fuck St. Louis. Fuck you, Edomites, man. Trying to be cool with you. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck, and know that see, a lot of this, it applies to then, and then it applies to now too, because it's like it tells you in the Bible, how do I want to say this? That which was, that which shall be. So a lot of this stuff is going to, the Lord put this in many captivities. This was our orders to do, different rules to follow. And now that the Lord has put us in this final captivity, this applies for us now too. That's why I said, whoso readeth, let him understand. Because there's a certain understanding that has to be given to you by Yahweh Yahushua. And let him be which, and let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything, so like out of the house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Hey, so I mean, you have to apply things where they fit in. Woe unto them that was child to take this sucking nose. That's right. That's why the elders and apostles they kind of gave a little wisdom. They said, look, you might want to fall back on having kids in society and doing that kind of thing. It's not necessarily a super scriptural thing, but that's just a piece of wisdom, man. Something I found with dealing with the elders and the apostles, giving you little game and little pieces of wisdom. You should always follow through. I've never had a situation where what they were saying was not true. You have to understand when and where what they're saying applies too. That's something else that you're blessed with. Wisdom and discernment. A lot of times when you're young, you don't have the correct discernment of how and what to use that. And, you can take things out of context. That's something else you have to be wise of. You got all kind of people with spirits on the body. And pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no nor ever shall be, and except those days shall be shortened. There's no flesh the same. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. That's how we know, like I said, it's talking about America. The Lord is going to shorten the speed of the time. Otherwise, there won't be no flesh saved. The Lord puts the death angels in something. We know that from the time of David. When he put that angel on, he told him, look, if David chose that angel was going through it, man. He wasn't playing with you. He wasn't playing. He put it, the Most High gave the angel order, and he was going into it. And that's what's going to happen with our people. Most High's going to put that death angel out. And these people are going to get destroyed and ravaged up. There's going to be a lot of destruction. But if you're black, Native American, or Latino, you're an Israelite. Who your father with? But pray ye that your flight be not in the wintertime, neither on the Sabbath. Because if our flight was now, when it's all freezing out and it's nice and cold out, a lot of these people, they just hurry up and take the shit, man, just for some warmth, just for some food, just for some quick, you know what I'm saying? In the first hour, you got people who will give up, man, because they don't have any integrity, spiritual integrity for who they are. They don't really believe that they're supposed to be a king or a priest. I'm talking about our men. And except those days be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there believe it not, for there shall arise false messiahs. I'm going to say messiahs. And false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Hey, so you got that, man. You got these little magicians, these little David playing Edomites. Well, catch me if you can, Edomites. They can do a little sleight of hand shit, what the scriptures talk about. We're not supposed to do sleight of hand shit, and they can make it look certain ways. They can psychologically manipulate you. They can you got other people called what's this shit called? Mentalists. You got people who are fucking mentalists. You know, they can read your body language, and they can try to psychoanalyze you and predict shit you do, you know, but like the scriptures say, if it be possible, they would deceive the elect. So as an elect man, somebody who strives to be an elect man, Yahweh Bashim Yam Shai, you're not supposed to be deceived. You're supposed to study that shit and be able to see through that shit. Get this on camera, man. That's sick, man. You got a little Israelite girl and a family full of fucking white people, full of Edomites, and one little Israelite girl, and the pink. They done adopted her, and they're gonna fuck her spirit all up, man. Sick shit. Behold, I have told you before, wherefore if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Hey, so the Lord called it. And the Edomites, they're going to pull that trick. Oh, see, look, we got the Lord is over here. Everybody has to come over. And it's going to be a trap. And that's what these Edomites, they know how to do. They know how to put a trap out. That's why Ice Cube got a song with the nigga trap. These niggas, this is the nigga trap. This is a fucking cesspool of fucking crabs who destroy each other. That's what the hood has become. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So it's going to be out of the heavens. For whatsoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. That's right. And there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. That's right. They shall see the Son of, so this is the Lord coming back. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And I learned a parable of the fig tree from its branches yet tender, and put it forth its leaves. Ye know that summer is nigh. And likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So the angels don't know, Yahweh Shai don't know. Everybody's just waiting on the commandment of Yahweh. Of the Most High. I say the Most High because their name is sacred. Everybody's waiting on the commandment of the Most High till he puts the order out. Even the angels don't know. And as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey, that's how it's going to be. It's going to be like that book of Eli, like the road, like we always say. The Son of Man, the days of the Son of Man, it's going to be like that. It's gonna be that. It's gonna be that rough period of time. You're gonna have dissension in the earth. You're gonna have all that shit. And then Noah, of course, he kept the commandments of the Most High. He prophesied as the Most High commanded him to. And then the Most High made him and his sons the forefathers of all the earth. He destroyed everybody. Everybody on this earth goes back to what? Shem, Ham, Japheth. We go back to Noah. Hey, man.
That's the guy who come on in about 5 minutes. The owner.
So you gonna tell me to move?
Yeah, because this is property.
This is public property.
I know it's, but it's his.
I'm gonna tell him that this is public property. I can stay there if I want to. I can leave my. He don't like it, fuck it. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving unto in marriage. That's right. By so jolly and happy. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the Most High brought waters to destroy the earth. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, but one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known and what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken into. That's right. The Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. The way you're not going to see him. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man coming. That's right. And that's what we're doing. We're standing on our watch to wait until the Lord comes back to take his children, the black, Native American, and Latino men out of America, the elect men of those of the nation of Israel. Let me say that. We're standing on our watch. You got to stay on your watch. Come. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. And if you just notice, man, they sent their little coon over here to try to get me off the corner or whatever. This is public property. That's what they try to do. They want to send your people to try to talk nice to you and shit. And you should have told that dude, look, man, he's standing on the public sideway reading the Bible. If you don't like it, hey, that's your problem. Just prove what America's about, man. Bunch of fuckery and wickedness. And when you tell these people about their wickedness, they don't want to hear you. They want to shut you up. But really, man, if this place is a righteous place, they should love the vibration of the Bible. They should love it. They should love it here. These people are some fucking evil people. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, Salah? Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. That's why we got to stay busy, man. Like in the fight, they say you got to have active hands. You got to have active hands in the truth. Spiritually, not physically. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in the hour that he is not whereof, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's what it is, man. Hey, like you said, when you stand on our watch, we put the vibration out here. These Edomites, they get mad, man. They want to call the police. They want to try to get you off. They want to chase you off the streets. You know, got a lot of brothers. They actually come out and they want to brawl with brothers. They want to try to, bring evil unto you. And we're supposed to stand on our watch anyway, man, because the Lord commanded us to do it. Yahweh Shah commanded us to do it. And you got to be wise when you do it. Scripture say be as wise as a serpent. Don't be, it don't say you be a snake, but be as wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, in an hour that he is not whereof, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites, lest there be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's right. There's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. A lot of people, man, because they thought this shit was just holly jolly. I got the camera on the sidewalk. Everybody's walking through holly jolly. This is just such a lovely place to be. A lovely place where millions of slaves were slaughtered. These people built themselves up. They had a 500-year head start, but everything is equal. Everything is so lovely. But then we're just supposed to love it. No, the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth according to the Holy Scriptures. If you're black, you're American, Latino, you're Israelite. You need to repent. You need to wake up to your nationality. The so-called Caucasian, you're an Edomite, most likely. And you're going to be a slave in the kingdom of heaven for your wickedness, your atrocities throughout the years, according to the blessing of Isaac. The elder shall serve the young. John. That's it on that, man. Matthew 24. Yeah, man, you got all our people walking up and down, man. Holly jolly. I don't see it, man. You don't see the wars in the earth. You don't see destruction in the earth. You don't wonder why your people are in such a low state. You know, you don't wonder why in your own neighborhoods you don't own any business. Not one single business on this strip is owned by a black, Native American, or Latino. Not fucking one. And you keep it on, that don't bother you. You don't want shit for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We can easily have some of this shit. You got people amongst us who have some intellect, who know how to balance money and balance business. You telling me we couldn't have not one little strip like this, not one business? Not one? I mean, you got some little small businesses here and there, but that shit don't add up. That's why if you want to go shopping, what do you have to do? You have to give money to these Edomites. You have to put it in their hand, in their pocket. They take it in their community, and they say, fuck you in your community. And that's the way you fucking Edomites, you so-called white people, man. You don't give a fuck about nobody but your damn self. You don't even give a fuck about your damn self. Fuck out of here with that. And you got Mo. And you got Jake over here, man, blowing the sax. He can blow the sax a little bit. You know, he got some blowing up, but why you want to put a positive vibration amongst these Edomites? I have never went into a so-called, this is just me. I've never went into a so-called black community and seen our people blowing music and bringing merriment and bringing good vibrations and none of that shit. They always want to go where Esau is. Why? Because they're going to put their little bucket out and they're going to make that money. So you people are, the scripture say the whole head is sick. You people are sick. I mean, come on, man. We don't own one corporation. You know what I'm saying? We don't have one corporation that's solely owned by us. None. All these shoes and all these purses and all this designer shit that niggas want to rock and wear, we don't own what? We're wearing everybody else's shit and giving them free advertising. We don't own none of this shit. The salt of the earth, we don't own one. Hey, but they got Stockholm syndrome, man. These niggas, they'll sit here, they'll rock Gucci and Nike and Louis and all that shit. They'll rock Adidas, Timberland. They'll put all that shit to the forefront. But you look at us, we don't own not one of them styles. Not one of them brands go to us. Not one of them brands go to educate or to re-educate or to build up or to, you know, even to our people who don't have parents. So they talk about they don't make no basically they don't bless the widow. They don't bless the father. We got a lot about a young man a father. They don't make any account for you. I know that from my own experience, man. I'm not gonna put it out there, but hey, I done been through a whole bunch of shit. Hey, these Edomites, they don't give a fuck about your situation. They shit grind on for them. It's just money season. Money. That's why we say, once again, man, if you black, Native American, or Latino, you're an Israelite, man. So-called Caucasian, y'all Israelites. I can tell by y'all spirit, y'all Israelites. They don't want to, our women don't want to hear that shit, man. Got all these so-called good Israelite women, but you make a video about wicked women, wicked niggas. They write on that. Oh, you can't say that, brother. You can't say you need to stop being so hard, my brother. Hey, get the fuck out of here. We're gonna talk about wickedness. We're gonna talk about wicked men and wicked women. We're gonna talk about niggas. We're gonna talk about nigga races. That's it. It is what it is. You notice you will never see them on a video when you breaking down. You going into Maccabees. You going into some kind of history. Or you going into some kind of prophecy. They rarely on that shit. But what they do is they get, I can see what they do. They get on there and they look up women, and not even just Israelite. They look up women because they just in such a wicked mind frame, just such a fucked up mind frame. So when you bring that bullshit to the forefront, that's when they want to come at you the most. They want to try to find out about you and get personal with you. Your mother must not have loved you. Some woman broke your all this bullshit. That's what they do. They're so evil. They get on the internet and they sit there and they look up negative videos with people bring the truth out on women. And that's the only thing that they want to watch. That's the only thing that they want to uplift. Or they want to go into. That's why any of these guys in the black nationalist community, if they say anything critical on women, these so-called black women or whatever, they're going to jump down their fucking throat. Even if it's the truth. Like Tariq Nasheed made a statement. He said, he was talking about the whole voting thing, how they put the black woman on a pillar. That vote shit is bullshit, but he was talking about that, and he was talking about how, black women don't be suckered, and they put you up on a pedestal. They're trying to use you to destroy the black family. These black women, they have the nerve to get mad at that shit. They have the nerve to get angry and try to call them out, That's what's going on. You got a lot of our people who are into that self-hatred that's perpetuated by America. That's their cup. And these Edomites, they sit there and they smile about it, but it's true. Because you're going to go home and you're going to pray to idols. You're going to try to summon Satan. You're going to do all that crazy shit. So, hey, let them come. Let them come. Because the truth is the truth. Blowing out here. Blowing. From north. That's right. This is Jeremiah 23. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my flock, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing. That's right. That's all of these. That goes for all of these so-called prosperity preachers. And you got a whole bunch of them. You got some of them in the forefront of King TV, and you got some of them in the background. So you got a lot of these niggas who they just jump in the church scene just to get rich. They don't give a fuck about the people. But that's what they say. They scatter my flock and driven them away. And that's what happened, man. As a young man, you grow up in the church or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they give you the concept of God. And, I know for me, this shit was real strange, but you try to go with it. You try to do all that. They got you in all kind of praying in tongues and all kind of wickedness. And then at a certain age, you start to see, man, this is bullshit. This is make-believe. This ain't for real. That's what the black church has become. A bunch of bullshit. Isn't that true? And the black church is a bunch of bullshit.
I don't even go to church no more
because it's some bullshit, right? Hey, that's the truth. She say she don't even go to church no more. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, talking about the Israelites, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more. They shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, he said. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord over righteousness. That's right. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that people too. It's lucky for my man what that is people. Lord, I know it's out of mind. I think that might be Taza Doctor. That's the king of righteousness. Taza Doctor. I'm gonna find that though. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, That they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in my land. That's right. And that's what's going to happen with the king. We're going to celebrate coming out of America. We're going to celebrate. Because America, this thing coming up, man, it's hard to see, but our people are going to come out of America, man. We're going to rise again, man. And you so-called Edomites, you put wickedness on us, man. Everything is going to come back when you double. It's going to come back double. So get your licks in now, man. What's up? You agree with me? You think?
I mean, I just feel like conversation is completely necessary. It obviously seems like conversation and things that are being conversed about are urgent.
Okay.
So like when I hear an opportunity for conversation, like I'm just really about to listen.
Okay.
Gotta hear what people have to say.
Right. That's true. You gotta listen. That's right. Yep. Hey, this is verse 10. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. Yet in my house have I found their wickedness, said the Lord. Wherefore their ways shall be unto them as slippery waves in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein, for I will bring evil upon them. Even the year of their visitation, said the Lord. You believe in that? You think the Lord is going to deliver this place and bring visitation upon them?
What's visitation?
He's going to visit them. He's going to visit them with power, and he's going to reward them for the evil they've done.
So basically, like, will he reward everyone in due turn for the actions they've committed? Like,
Of course.
So if you've done good, you can get rewarded.
Yeah,
If you've done evil, you get rewarded in evil.
That's right.
That's what you asked for.
That's right. But what is good, though?
Something that's not evil.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what is that? What is good?
Good is, I mean, I think good is looking out for your family.
You think
Good
so?
is taking care of your people, and good is like, I don't know, not necessarily, not being social nutrition, like it doesn't have to be a verbal social sense, but good is participating towards the good of your youth. Of, like,
Okay, so let me
being
ask
dependent on
you, you say good is taking care of your family. What if, you ever seen The Godfather? You see all that shit that he was doing? You know, he was killing different people, you know, to take care of his family. Was that good?
Well, I think that comes to the question of your family. Who you choose to have in your family. Like, I think if it's strictly by blood family, then it's not the same. But I think if you see someone else doing good, and you treat them as your family, and you treat them with good, that's what's important. I think in that scenario, you're right. Like, if your family's wrapped up in some shit, you're accountable for that too. That's on you. Like, what are you about?
Okay.
But yeah, no.
All right. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria that prophesied in Baal and caused my people Israel to err. I've seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem a horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, which none doth return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. And you know what Sodom and Gomorrah
So,
was.
Sodom and Gomorrah, was it originally a city and then it became a concept? It's a concept now, right? Like, because I think of like Sodom and Gomorrah is the epitome of just like hedonism, like humans
Well,
indulging
what
in
was
our
going
faces.
on in Sodom and Gomorrah?
They were just all fucking each other and partying all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was the
And
It's
so,
two
like-
cities. It was a whole bunch of different cities, but those were the two chief cities. But you had full of them, a bunch of homosexuals, bunch of pedophiles, bunch of people having sex with animals. So yeah, it is a concept. You're right about that.
And so now that concept still exists in the world, but
Don't you still have homosexuals?
I mean, yeah, but haven't we always had homosexuals? Like, isn't
Well,
that a
yeah.
biological thing?
But is that good or is that evil being a homosexual?
I don't know.
According to the Bible. According
I
to the
feel
laws
like-
of the Bible. Not according to you.
I guess okay, that's fair. That's fair. According to the laws of the Bible, I'm uncertain. I haven't studied the Bible. I'm not a very I've studied a little bit of Buddhism, and that is pretty much the extent of my my spiritual knowledge. I mean, I've read the Bible, but I haven't given it much
So how
thought.
come the
you know?
Bible
Okay.
doesn't like gay people?
What you mean? Because being a homosexual is evil according to the Bible. That's against the laws.
But so what happened? So why is it Bible thumpers have led up on gay people in the last 10 years? They're accepting them in the more churches.
Because they're evil. We just talked about the evil prophets that push Baal.
Wait, but I'm talking about what made people decide to lighten up on gay people?
Because
When it
they're not
comes to
pushing-
the church and stuff
because
like that.
that's a good point. Because they went away from the laws of the Most High. The Bible clearly tells you if you're a homosexual, you're supposed to be put to death. That's what's supposed to happen to you. That's what's clear in the Bible. But they took that and they warped that to the shit they want because they want more followers and they want more money in the church.
But I mean, at what point,
Right?
at what point is the Bible and Jesus' teachings separated? Because I feel like,
The Lord taught the same things in the Bible.
well, I mean, yeah, but it was nice meeting you.
All right, bro.
If you're here, I will see you again at some point, and the conversation will continue.
Right. It was the Edomites, man. Wasn't for them. Wasn't for them. But at least he was honest, though. He said, "Look, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about." He was honest. But this book is not. That's how you know this book is not for them. Now we go. And that's a simple one, man. Being a homosexual, you knew that in the world that shit was off. That's it. I mean, hey, man, you gotta have a zeal of Jacob, man. And you knew in the world that shit was off. You had, you know what I'm saying, you was into sports or whatever. You had the dude who was into fucking jumping rope with the female. That was the gay dude. but the ladies, though, they don't care about that. Man. They say, let you as you be. That's what it is. Let me back up over here. Walk behind me and shit. Matter of fact, stop the change. This shit right here. This weird ass shit. They got a dude fused with a woman's face and shit. That wicked ass shit. This is 1 Peter chapter 2. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and evil speakings, as newborn babes desire sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High. He also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifice acceptable to the Most High through Yahushua. Wherefore it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. That's right. And that's what the men of the Lord are supposed to do. He's supposed to come out and not be confounded. not confined to some Edomite is, trying to pretend like he's being nice to you or pretending he wants to listen or have a conversation. Man, get the fuck out of here. I see what you are, bro. That dude probably was a flame of faggot or something. But you so-called Edomites, you love that in your society. You push that shit to the forefront. They got a whole channel for fucking homosexuals in this society. They got a whole fucking channel of that shit. Of fags. And then they got a whole channel of niggas. BET. That's nigga shit. That's not no positive channel to watch. You don't watch that channel for positivity. You watch that shit for fucking. You watch all the MTV. You watch that for fucking. That doesn't exemplify who we are. And that's so-called black culture, man. You people, you Edomites, you love to push black culture. Like I said, you got Martin Luther King's birthday coming up. You got so-called black history coming up. And these people, nobody holds that shit nobody upholds that for real, man. Nobody takes that shit serious. That shit is a joke. That's what black culture is, man. It's a fucking joke. And these Edomites, they make sure that shit is a joke. That's why we say, man, it's Martin Luther King's birthday. They're like, okay, great. Get back to work. Like all that shit. And like I said, your lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up a spiritual sacrifice acceptable to God by the Lord. Therefore, it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. So the minute of election, you're not supposed to be confounded. Unto you, therefore, which believe he is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallow, the same is made the head of the corner. The stone which the builders disallow, that's not a good stone. And a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. And that's what you have in Israel right now, or on YouTube right now. You got a lot of people stumbling over their stone of offense. They got offended by something the apostle said or something the brother said that, maybe they kind of, the apostle just put out a video, being seasoned with salt. Maybe they kind of misinterpreted, what was said. They got offended by it. A stone of stumbling. Like his father said, a stumbling block. They stumbled over it. They couldn't get it. They couldn't get the so-called the rape doctrine, which nobody's raping anybody. We never said we're raping anybody, but people took that shit and they warped what was said so that they could they can get some hits and they can try to make themselves look more righteous or whatever. But really, it's simple. Wasn't nothing crazy. That's why it's important as a man of the Lord for you to study. You don't want to stumble over a stumbling block. You don't want to be over a stone of offense. You're dealing with your brothers through your Hawabash and Yahushai. Sometimes men of the Lord can be rude in speech but not in knowledge. You have to give brothers the benefit of the doubt over something. A lot of times you have to give brothers the benefit of the doubt. Or maybe if you misunderstand something, you just ask, brother, what did you mean by this? And just give that brother the benefit of the doubt on that situation. Or a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. That's right. So we were called out of that black shit. We're not black. We're not red. We're not Boricua Indians. We're not Mexica Indians, Mexican. We're not none of that stuff. We're not Jamaicans. We're not people from the Port of Riches. We're not people from the coast of riches. We're not none of that. We're not Brazilians. We're not none of that, man. We're a chosen people, a priesthood. the holy nation, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. And that's what we're looking for. The scriptures talk about you, working to atone for your sins. We're trying to obtain the mercy of the Most High and be saved in that day with the Lord's visitation is going to come upon us. You want to work that off. And the way you do that, you put it in work as a man of the Lord. You come under the order of Yahweh Yahushua, which you should be coming under the group Great Millstone. And you got a lot of guys who just don't want to come under that name Great Millstone, but they teach the same thing, but really you should be coming under the name Great Millstone. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul, having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they spake against you as evildoers, they might by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify the Most High in the day of visitation. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as to pray. Hey, that's important. Submit yourself to the ordinances of men. That's why in this society, some laws you can't do. You can't kill homosexuals. You can't. There's a whole bunch of stuff. You go into the scriptures, you have to use wisdom. You can't do all that stuff. Submit to the ordinances of men. That's what you have to do. The police come up. You have to, talk to them politely, talk to them like you have to. And you have to have some sense and some sense of awareness of your environment too. And submit yourself to the ordinances of this world, unfortunately. Or unto governors as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of them that do well. For so is the will of the Most High, that with well doing may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men, as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of Yahweh Yahushua. And you don't want to use your cloak of liberty for maliciousness. That's how you ultimately get. You had a lot of men doing that, like in Atlanta. You had leaders. What's his name? Yaradon. He used his cloak, his liberty, as for a cloak of maliciousness. He swindled them brothers, and he disrespected them brothers too. And he disrespected the wisdom that Yahweh Yahushua had given unto him. You're not supposed to do that, man. The Lord is going to punish you for that. You have to really, like I said, you have to keep self-examination. Submit yourself. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the king. Honor all men. Yeah. Servants, be subjects unto your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the floor. And that's talking about, because you had our people who were servants for Israelites. Then you had our people who were servants under Edomites. And they were just saying, like, if you once you receive this knowledge and you go to war, you're a royal person, you know what I'm saying? You just have to honor that person. You just have to honor him. Just like the Lord told Peter, look, go ahead and pay Caesar his due. You have to honor that man, because that's something we have to do in order for us to keep the ministry going. I said, man, everybody knows, everybody walking by, oh my God, Israelites. Everybody knows the Israelites. Everybody's waking up. This is Ezekiel 2:1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit unto me, when he spake unto me, and set me. How you doing? I'm reading the Bible. You believe in the Bible?
I started off with the Bible, and then I moved on to learn about Black history, and then I moved on to ancient Egyptian, and then where I'm at now is I realize all of it, in its own way, is trying to get back to God. All of it is right. So the reason I haven't joined one is because some of them say that their way is the only right way.
Yeah.
And I don't think God is discriminatory. I think God is in all human. No.
Okay, I got one scripture for you. That's a good point. Good point. I'm glad you walked by the camp today.
Mm-hmm. Now, you believe in Jesus?
I do. I believe in the Lord. I believe in Yahweh Shah. Yeah. This is Deuteronomy 76. It's talking about the Israelites. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So the Lord has chosen some of us in America, the black, Latino, and Native American people. We are the Israelites, according to the Bible. We are the special people. We are what the Bible calls the salt of the earth. So we're all people on the earth.
Yeah, all life comes from a black woman and a black man. But let me ask you,
Well,
which Jesus do you believe in, the white one or the black one? And do you believe in the one that they hung on the cross, nailed on the cross? You believe in that one?
He was on the cross.
Okay, now, so then
He was
that
cross
means,
here and there, right?
okay, so he nailed to the cross,
He
right?
wasn't white there, no.
Okay, so if he was nailed to the cross and that was God's only begotten son, that's a human sacrifice. That's like, now, but let me ask you something. If tomorrow somebody invited you to come to a human sacrifice where somebody's going to be nailed on the cross, well, me, I'm speaking, I ain't going to speak of you. I would start praying and I would not attend that because human sacrifice is evil. And so what they, and it's not your fault, what they did, is they taught you to worship something that was evil. Think about it. Wait a minute, listen.
We don't worship the sacrifice, though. We just
Yeah,
we
but
just
see, that's the
acknowledge
root of it. That's the root of it. You got to look at the root of
We
it.
don't worship it. Now,
Well,
he
then
had,
we
he had to be sacrificed according to the scripture. He had to go through that.
That's not
For
God.
us to obtain
That's
us.
not God.
But the scriptures say he had to do that for us to obtain, for us to atone to our sins. He had to do that. So he had to go through that persecution. But we don't worship the sacrifice, no.
But, well, I ain't going to argue, but enjoy your day with God's love.
All right, sister. Could have got that for you. But see, that's what I was talking about. Man. You try to correct the so-called black Native American and Latino woman. I mean, they want to go off and they fuck with. We don't worship we don't worship that the Lord was sacrificed. Okay, we worship the Lord, Yahushua, and we acknowledge that He took that punishment and that sacrifice for the nation of Israel, according to His holy scriptures. But we're not worshiping the sacrifice of anybody. We're not supposed to be a part of no damn human sacrifice. And we aren't Egyptians either. We're the Israelites. That's why apostles always say you can't dip in the both. You can't dip in the both. You can't drink in both cups, man. You got to choose one. God is not love. Now the Bible has killed many men. What is that? All about people in fucking foolishness. Black. Everybody comes from a black man. A black. It's not about black. People in the ancient world, they had melanin. Yes. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5. Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon 5, they said, a righteous man stand in great boldness before the faces of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So far behind all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. That's right. Just like he had the Lord in a proverb of reproach. See, look, we're going through human sacrifice. We don't worship human sacrifice. But you got a lot of these people roaming around that you got out the street with the fucking think you can see it, that dome right there. That's the damn church of Scientology. So you got a lot of these people out there walking around that recruited for damn Scientology church. They come with that bullshit. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered amongst the children of God, and his lot is amongst the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined upon us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known. That's right. They don't know and they don't understand the way of the Lord. And you got these dugouts, these people, like I said earlier, you got these people in spirit walking around. That's good, though. That means the truth is out here. You got some people who just weren't chosen to be a part of that. God. Wisdom of Solomon 7. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of men, and the pleasure that came with sleep. And when I was born, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature, and the first voice which I uttered was crying as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes that with no kind. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. That's right. And so these people, they dishonor the birth of the Lord. They dishonor the birth of the Lord. They dishonor the instruction of the Lord. Everything about the Lord, these people have picked apart, and they stumbled over. That's that stumbling block. She couldn't get past that stumbling block that the Lord was crucified. There was many people in the Roman Empire that was crucified. Hey, there's many people today who are so-called crucified. They aren't put up on the cross, but you got a lot of our people who are so-called crucified. The men of the Lord have been crucified. The elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they've been crucified over and over. You got regular brothers who are crucified by so-called Esau, by so-called Jacob, and even by so-called men of the Lord. They're crucified. And the Lord said what? Bear your cross. Just like he buried his cross, we have to bear our cross. This is Sirach 41. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions, unto the man that hath nothing to vex him, and that hath prosperity in all things, yet unto him that is yet able to receive meat. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age and is vexed in all things, and to him that despaireth and hath lost patience. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after, for this is the sentence of our Lord over all flesh. And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? There is no inquisition in the grave, whether thou hast lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. And she was conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. And the inheritance of sinners, children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. And that's what's happening with these Edomites. Their prosperity has a perpetual reproach. Because you know everything they have, it was attained off of our backs. Isn't that right? Yep. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High God. For if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. Hey, everything you Edomites are doing, it's going to be to your destruction. And the Most High cannot lie. Yahweh Shai cannot lie. And if you be born, you should be born to a curse. And if you die, a curse shall be your portion. All that are of the earth shall turn to earth again. So the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction. The anointing of men is about their bodies, but the ill name of sinners shall be blotted out. Have regard to thy name, for that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold. And the scriptures tell you a good name is better than 500. A good life hath but a few days, but a good name endures forever. And the name of Yahweh Shai endures forever. Over everything and over all things. That's why he's the